Study shows African Americans spend more money than any other ethnicity while earning less than others, causing us to drown in debt and not obtain any real tangibles of real value, such as houses, land, bonds, and stocks. Let's talk about finances.
What's your wind down? Tell me what's your wind down? What's your wind down? Tell me what's your wind down? Show me, tell me, what's your story? I wanna hear it, it's your opinion. Like it, love it. Hashtag or golden, retweet or repost it. She's my sister, she's my friend. We stay rolling to the end. We stay vibing, no matter what we riding. We can laugh, be shout or cry. Let's find answers, not ask why. We stay vibing, no matter what we smiling. I got this, you got this, we got this, we good. I got this, you got this, we got this, we good.
Welcome to Her Wind Down. Today we're going to be discussing finances and money management. Now, we're no experts, but we're going to let you into our department of how we handle our money and hope it helps you. So our first question will be, to me, I feel like in order for you to actually go towards something, you need to have a goal.
Right.
So what are your goals and how are you working towards that goal? And we'll start with Angie.
I want to be rich.
Well, let's drink on that note, don't we all?
On that. No, I think you want to have a cushion, but also I want to save. Woo! Yeah.
Wind down.
I'm working towards my future because I want to start something for my kids, and I also want to put something away for my retirement. So I just want to, I want to be rich. I want to have a lot of money in the bank. I don't want to have to live paycheck to paycheck. So I'm just trying to, bank my money, get out of debt, and work towards that.
Yeah. Good. Tammy, what goals have you set in the money that you make to go towards?
Well, y'all. Since you were asking. But no, with my money right now, I am working towards some plastic surgery.
Yes.
And my husband's not that happy about it.
It's okay.
But I popped out 4 kids, y'all.
Yes, you did.
3 of them. Just like that. Like back to back. It was so fast. So
Body didn't
I don't
get
think
a
my
chance.
body got a chance to heal.
Yeah.
And so because of that, stuff doesn't look like it's supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just gonna go and let the doctors, in Beverly Hills do what they do so well.
Okay.
And that's one of the things that I'm working
Keep it
towards,
real.
and that's a goal of mine. And so every month I set aside a portion just for that.
Right.
So I look at it as if I wanted a nice car, or if I wanted, this expensive watch or whatever, I would allot a certain amount of money per month, per paycheck for that. So I know it's not going to hit me all at once. I'm not jeopardizing my family situation and our
Right.
financial status. And everybody, is happy. It's a win-win. I look good. I'm happy. Happy wife.
Happy life.
You know what I mean?
Right? Okay, so when you're doing something in your household, like say you're planning for a family trip, you're planning on, remodeling the house, or, even working towards buying a house or anything like that. How do you guys go about that as far as in your accounts, your savings, or anything to that nature of how you do things
I
in
am
your household?
the worst with money. My husband always tells me, put this aside, and I'm like, okay, I am. I think I just put it off. Like, okay, I'm gonna get paid again. I'll do it next 2 weeks or the next. Babe, I said I was gonna do it, like over and over again. So I need to really focus on just doing it and putting it aside and actually listening. I have a problem with that. That's my problem. I don't want to listen, so I'm trying. So don't judge me. I'm just saying. It is what it is.
You know what? I was going to chime in with that.
Yeah.
My problem is I spend
Yeah.
a lot of little amounts. And so in my mind, if it only costs me 35 cents, it's not bad. But because it costs 35 cents,
You buy a million.
I buy 20. And that's still not bad. But that can only happen so many times.
Right.
So like now my house, I look like I should be on the show Hoarders.
I'm gonna sign you up.
But
Gotcha.
I'm taking care of it. But just because sometimes you get a deal doesn't mean you still should buy. There still
Right.
should be limits. And if you're gonna buy in bulk, when you do catch a 35-cent sale, resell. Make some of your money back. Make it worth it. You know, make it where it's a wheel. Don't stop the car.
Yes.
Keep it
going.
rolling.
Keep
You're gonna
going.
spend, you gotta get some back, and spend a little more and get some back.
So how we do it is we break it up into a certain account. We'll do a savings, a special interest savings, a money market, start another account. Some banks have the CDs. Some of them have it to where it's just a flat interest rate or a compound interest rate, how long it's going to
Right.
stay in there. And depending on what it is, if we're talking about, buying a house, buying some property, buying land, buying, remodeling, we have it all in different accounts.
Okay.
So then we don't mess with anything.
Right.
And so every year have its own plan. We don't try to change anything within that year because we haven't tackled what we already started. So we
okay.
wait until we finish tackling what we started out for that year, and then next year have its own plans.
Oh,
So if it's a
great.
family vacation might be special interest savings. If it's buying property, that might be another account, but it's a money market account to where you just don't touch it. If it's something for the girls going to school, like when Josh went to school, it might be a CD in a different account in a different bank to where you don't get a card out on it.
Okay.
So certain things like that to try to break it down, and don't put all your money in the same account and expect to try to save and then pulling everything out of that account.
That's a great idea.
And next thing you know, you're like, okay, we're going to start over. Like,
Yeah.
like you
Yeah.
said, next month I'll try to get you. Like, no, there is no next month.
a
It's
good
like
plan.
start right now.
Right.
So
All right,
anybody else
fine.
want to add on to that, like your household, how you do stuff? Okay, so the next question is, I feel like the Bible says, my people perish for the lack of knowledge. So what new knowledge are you trying to gain to draw closer to your financial goals?
I'll answer that.
Let Forrest Dean take this one.
Y'all
Sit
know
down
money.
quietly.
Y'all know money is a sore subject. So, let's see. This has been a very interesting conversation. But so lately, I have matured in finances. I've always been a faithful tither, so that has never been like a lack for me. But saving has, because I always like live for the moment. Like, oh, okay, you see it, buy it. You got it, buy it. Not thinking, what about your kids? Now that I have kids, well, I've been had kids, but now that they're growing, and it's like, it's a reality, baby.
Yeah.
Somebody got to go to college. Somebody need a car in the next 3 years to pick up and drop off. So I have been spending less. I don't shop as much as I used to. I haven't hit my savings goal, but I hold on to cash longer than I've ever had.
Right.
So I think like
That's a
pat
huge,
yourself, baby.
huge
Pat yourself,
step.
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is good.
that is good.
Yeah.
Let me tell you guys, I'm like a strong believer of the stuff in the Bible when it comes to finances. Like it says and how it says sometimes you can work for wages just to put them in a purse full of holes. Like, how can God bless you with having more if you don't know how to handle the little that He gives?
Okay.
Right.
So if
right.
you don't manage that, how can you see yourself making 100,000, 200,000, or 300,000 when it was hard to manage 3,000? Yeah,
Right.
or
Oh, yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
And so the next question is, what did you learn from your childhood about money management?
Spend.
Right. So in my household, I had like the best of both worlds in teaching with finances. My mom is like, she writes down every penny she spends her entire life. She still has notebooks in this trunk that she has of every dime that she's ever spent. If she gave a homeless man $5, you better believe it's a homeless man gray t-shirt at McDonald's gave $5.
Wow.
She writes it down. She always pays her bills on time, never late. You can't play with her bill money. Don't ask to borrow it. Don't, I don't care. Don't mess with her bill money.
Right.
So her bills have always, like growing up as a kid, our household bills, she made sure those got paid first. My dad would work, bring the money in, bills got paid. Now my daddy, because he had so much money in his early ages, because of certain things that he did, it was just like, get what you want. You only live once, baby. I made $10,000 this week. Get it, spend it. You want to spend $900? You want to spend $9,999?
Wow.
Go ahead. We'll say that dollar till next Thursday when I get paid again. So I kind of like I got my mama in the back of my mind, like, you should do it. You should be a good wife, a good mom, and, you know, take care of your household and leave some for your kids and have something for a rainy day. And then my reality is, baby, if it's there, use it. Use it, baby. You want everybody in the house to look the same? Go buy everybody a new shirt.
Got that angel and that devil
Right.
on the
So,
side.
but now that I'm older, I'm getting older and wiser. It's like, okay, you know, your daddy did say it's gonna rain, and now you know what it means. But your mama has always instilled that, you know, you have to have something.
Yeah.
If you don't have something, then what happens when you have nothing? Like, you got to be able to go into that bank or into under that mattress or somewhere
That's
and
it.
pull out that
Under that
stash to
rug.
take care of home or emergency. Like,
Right.
if emergency, somebody asked one time, what if you had to save your kid? Would you be able to purchase this shot if the shot costs $5,000? I was like, I can't save none of my babies. Don't spend no more money, girl. You better wear those flip flops so you can't spend no more. So I think that has a lot to do with how people handle finances, is how they were raised.
Yeah.
Either you had it or you didn't. And if you had it, it's like it's nothing. Then if you didn't have none, it's like I'm holding on. Or some that didn't have none, now that they got it, they spend it like crazy. So it's just, I don't know.
What was you about to say, Tim?
Um,
What mama teach you?
Thrifting. I thrift a lot, and I think a lot of people, you know, they look down on you. If it's ridiculous, like if the amount of money people spend in a mall for one event for 2 hours that you're gonna wear the item, shoes maybe 10 minutes,
Right.
Yeah.
but I just worked 26 hours for that one outfit.
Wow.
That makes no sense.
I'm with that.
She
I'm
did
a
have
thrift
us at thrift
shopper.
stores. Like,
Yeah, she did. Like, think about it. Like,
Right.
you can have 3 nice outfits in Macy's, or you can have these 30.
You're right.
I know.
I'll take the 30 any day.
Right.
Like,
I got a lot
I
of
can
clothes.
switch this up
and it's
Right.
great.
and look fly.
But look how my
Right.
kids are now. They will not.
Thrift.
Kai will not wear somebody else's clothes to save her
Wow.
life. She would be mad. Did somebody else wear
that's
this? I'm
me.
like, no.
That's me.
No.
But you wash it.
So, of
still
course
do all
you
of that.
watch
No,
it.
I know, but what I'm saying is-
she cannot know.
That
She
it came from a
cannot
thrift
know
store.
that it came from a
But,
thrift store.
but
She
you
will
know,
not wear it.
the
Wow.
crazy part is she's still a child and she don't have to know.
Right.
Because if you got
I
that
just want to
issue-
say, you know, you don't work. You don't work.
yeah, but
Wear it.
Smell funny.
But no, but even if I'd be like, see, that
and that-
smell
and
like
that's the thing.
Tide, what Mama used. That's what that
I
smells
think
like.
that's the
Don't
thing.
put it on.
I feel like I should have, but Kai and Taylor don't care. I mean, Jossie and Taylor don't care. Yeah, so the oldest and youngest don't care. The middle one. So I feel like I should have just let her. But that's just how she is. There's no way around that. I'm just gonna
Her
let that go.
personality.
That's just how
That's
she
just
is.
how she
Yeah,
is. So she just got to fall in where she get
No,
in.
but
get in.
she don't like it. I just don't even do it.
Just take her
But-
downtown LA, get her 3 for $10s.
Oh no.
I mean, growing up, my mom was like
Yeah.
the downtown LA guru. Like,
as long as it's never been
baby,
worn,
we
she
would.
don't care.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you can get it like a thrift
the
price
the
down there.
Follas, when Follas had a little
I hate
clearance
that
sale.
store.
There it is.
You
Okay,
go
people-
even when it ain't clear.
People
Let's
be
get back on
sleeping.
track with
Right,
You be
right.
sleeping.
Right.
That's why I'm like, where are you getting
Terry,
this?
what's
I
the
didn't
next
understand.
question?
So with me, what I've learned as a child with my finances was tithing. My mom used to always say, she used to say, if you pay your tithes, you'll never be broke.
Yeah.
If you pay your tithes, you'll never be broke. And I'm like, if I pay my tithes, so I said, I got to find this in the Bible. Like,
Right.
you know, like show me,
says
you know,
it.
as a
Right.
kid. Yeah. So anytime, even when we were younger, even though I didn't look for it in the Bible, I just did it. She'll send us, you know, school, or we'll play, she'll give us some money, and then she'll say, now remember how much of that are you going to say? So you can get to church on Sunday. And I'm like, okay, I remember, you know.
Oh, that's
And
good.
so even when I was, you know, after she passed away, and I'm like, I'm gonna still pay my tithes and living in sin, doing everything.
paying tithes.
I will
Still paying
walk
tithes.
into church drunk and high from last night. So it was like, that's my tithes, partner.
There you
Thank
go.
I gotta go home now.
That was part of your covering too. though.
Yeah, and you know what?
Yeah.
And still then doing everything in the world, I just still never felt like I had a broke day
Right.
because I still
good.
always paid tithes.
Yeah.
It's gonna make a way.
You know,
Yeah.
you guys
Always
want to
make
share
a
what you
way.
guys learned from childhood?
Man, I was spoiled. I got whatever I wanted.
Aww.
See?
I did. I was like,
That
Mom had
explains
me.
it. No, it's
Explains
like,
a lot. Only child
I didn't get
syndrome.
that.
Shut up.
Right.
No, but I was my mom had me when she was 16, and I was basically spoiled.
The only.
I wasn't the only. I have siblings.
It's
I know
okay.
that. I
It's
mean, the
okay,
only
Ange,
like.
it's okay.
But what I'm saying is that they spoiled us regardless of what was going on. So we were the only grandchildren. So whatever we wanted, we got. So I used to secretly say my grandparents were rich because anytime somebody in the family needed something, they always had it. But my grandmother always paid her bills on time. She always had money in the bank. She didn't spend excessively. And so I learned that from her. But I just was like, if I don't have it, she's going to give it to me. That's how I was raised.
Wow.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
a big family of 6. It was 5 girls and 1 boy, and we didn't have a lot of money. And I saw my mom like, look, these noodles is going in the pot for everybody. It's gonna go around, and she made a way for everybody. Nobody was hungry, but it is what it is. When it's hard times like that, you look at this woman and she's like, red beans and rice is on the stove for the day. Beans again, mama? No, I'm not eating no. Till this day, I'm not eating the beans, but she made it happen, and that was like her love language as far as like love, showing love. You can still, even if you don't have a lot of money, it's something there to give and to make it day by day. And that's what I grew up on. Look, this is what it is, and you're gonna make something. You can make a meal out of anything, and if you can do that, you're gonna make it. It is.
So you just answered my next question.
I did. I'm sorry.
You did. No, that's great. Because you can make a meal out of anything. So the question is, what have you learned as an adult that has saved you regarding your
That's
finances?
it. Make a meal out of anything.
Right.
Well.
Turn it around.
Yeah. My question to you guys is not on here because now I've heard you guys' story. How knowing how you have 2 separate ends, like say how mom had us at the thrift store. You saying how you thought you was rich because of your grandma. You saying how your mom was writing everything down, but your dad was living everything day to day. And then you saying how, maybe noodles or, beans. All of our stories have some type of struggle in it, right? So how do we look at those stories and say it has some type of struggle in it and not try to do better as an adult?
Right.
And then when we start having kids to say, I want something totally different.
Right.
I want the thrift store to be a choice, not a necessity.
Yeah.
I want beans to be a choice, not a necessity. I want those clothes to be something that I want, but not something that I feel like I act like I need
Right.
it, and then I'm going back into that situation,
Right.
So it's like, how do we change today's statistics of spending what we don't have? We carry these stories, and then we're repeating these stories. If you listen to yourself,
Oh, yeah.
because you have girls.
Yes.
You have girls and a boy. You have girls and a boy. But it's like, if you guys don't figure, and then just like you said with your grandma, you're going to take these stories to your children.
Yes.
And then your children are going to have them, and then you're going to expect them to be something totally different than you, but they're only looking at what they've been shown.
Exactly.
So how
Right.
can you guys do something totally different to give your kids a different type of look on life? On
Right.
changing statistics and how African Americans spend their money.
Well,
Right.
I take my kids to the bank with me. They have savings accounts, and you know, like even when I give them cash, they, you know, I'm still like, look, you can spend this, but you know, when you want that thing in Target, or when we're over here and you asking for that video game, or you want this Nintendo Switch, and you know all of this, it's gonna cost,
Right.
and it's not $1, it's a lot of dollars.
Right.
So we got to make this a stack as opposed to just a couple of them.
Right.
And the more I actually hand them money, the more I'm seeing they're conscious of it. You know, where they're in, like, even when we're in the store, they're like, you know, oh, can I pay? Or, ooh, you know, I have my money, so you know now they're
Okay.
it's my money,
Right.
and
I
I
got
can
it.
pay for this, or I can buy this for you, Mom. You know, it's
That's
like
nice.
that's cute.
good.
You know, like, but it's still teaching them. Look, this is something, and I'm sacrificing. I'm gonna sacrifice here, or I'm gonna save here
Right.
because I want this or that,
Right.
and they think it's cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
The kids love it.
Well, my mom had to. I think I learned maybe when I was in the 10th grade. She was like, "You think money really grow on trees?" So I was like, "Mom, I want a pager," and she was like, "You know what? You need to get a job because you just think money grow on trees." So I was like, "I'm gonna go get a job." And once I got a job and then I got my money and I started seeing the taxes come out, and she was like, "Now, how much money do you have for your lunch? Now you can get a pager. Now you need a bus pass." I was like, "I ain't spending no money." I learned.
That's good. Well, when I was 16, I had my own job. I was working. So now time has changed where I would say to my kids, no, I don't want you to work at 16. I want you to finish school. I want you to have your own goals where you don't have to be stressed on any bill. Just take care of what you need to take care of instead of, you know, getting a job at 16. That's hard. Going to school and having a job, no, finish school. Do that. I would like to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in my household, I've got like all three because Gabby is me, and I am trying to fix that now. She swears money does grow on trees. It's a tree in the backyard, but she can only see it, and that's her story, and she sticks to it.
Right.
Michael, he will save his money, but not only will he save it, he's willing to give it to anybody in need. So he's got that giving heart. Noah's a little tight with his. He count them dollars, and so I'm trying to switch it where you save some. Save some for later. Save some for somebody else. Save some for when you need it, because it's going to come a time when you need it. And I think that was one of the issues in my household growing up. We didn't know the struggle.
Yeah.
So we didn't get my mom, she didn't give us like, okay, well, you know, your dad works in the oil refinery and during this season he doesn't work. We didn't get that. It was like never ending. Like, okay, we never got to know. You want it, you can go get it. You want it. So I think that plays a part in me why it's like so hard for me to like just hold on to my money, like just lock it down, Peaches. Save it for what you really need it for. So that's what I'm trying to teach my kids is save it, just hold on to it.
Right.
Like you don't need it. Everything you don't need. And that's kind of like teaching them, but teaching myself at the same time. Like, do you really need it? No, you do not.
Right.
And so a lot of times lately I find myself in Target like, yep. And by the time I get to the register, I'm like, I came here for bread. That's it, baby. Leave that basket right there. Don't be embarrassed. Leave that basket. Don't worry about it.
full
Get that
basket.
bread. That's it. So I talk to myself while I'm in the store like, soap, washing powder, bread. That's it. Leave those shorts. No, I don't need them. Gabby don't need that. No, leave it.
That's it.
So it's like teaching me, but teaching them at the same time. So
Right.
that's where I'm
good.
at right now, trying to fix it.
Well, me, how I feel like I want to change the status quo is when I go to the grocery store, right? So I'll tell the girls, I was like, do we really have to get the most expensive one? We could get the generic one. We don't have to spend $4 for some mayo when it got one for $1.79. We could do the $1.79. It's okay. And so when I throw the birthday parties, y'all know I always go just
Big.
crazy with these birthday parties.
Right.
But then I said, why am I doing that? You know, Carlos used to say, are you doing these parties for yourself? And I'm like, I'm not throwing these parties for myself. I'm throwing them for the girls. Let's have fun. But then started asking the girls, what do you want for your birthday?
Right.
What do you want? It was like, I need some money. I need to go to Great Wolf Lodge.
And
Like,
they don't want to party.
I'm like, yeah, they don't
Yeah.
even care. So I'm thinking,
Exactly.
Great Wolf Lodge and just some money.
That's
You know
good.
how much money I'm saving?
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
And then what if I say, what about not Great Wolf Lodge, but I take you to this arcade, and they just giving them ideas, you know?
Yeah, right.
And so it's not even as if they really want to spend.
Right.
Like I wanted them at the private school. Taylor High said, I don't want to go back there.
Right.
So am I putting her there because I feel like the education is better, or can I expose her to other things?
Yeah.
Right.
Just like the private school did, you know? But then she had all these stories that she doesn't have when she was in the public school, like the stories that was actually bothering her, you
Yeah.
know, that was going on. So it's like here I'm trying to do something that I've never had, and it's costing me more money, and
Yeah.
it's something that they don't even want to do to begin with. The parties, the expensive food, the expensive clothes,
Yes.
the school, or whatever it is. So
Right.
what I taught them is, just because you have it don't mean that you have to spend it.
That's
Yeah.
it.
You know, just because
it.
it's there don't mean that you need it.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of little things like, do you really want it?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it because it's there? Because sometimes they have toys that's not even open.
Yeah.
And it's like, I want that baby alive. And now I got boxes of baby alive just sitting in the room that haven't been touched. And I'm like, did you really want? So now the whole thing is, let's put y'all on some allowance.
Yeah.
Let's have you spend your own money. Let's see if you really want it. Let's see
Right.
if you could save your own money.
Right.
Let, you know, stuff like that. But
Yeah.
all that to say, spend your money wisely, people. Save your
Yes.
money. Yes, it's good to give your kids something that you've never had before. Save and try to go out of town. Buy a home or something. Do something against the status quo to make your life your kids' life and their kids' life
Right.
a lot more easier
Yeah.
than your life was. And now we'll wrap it up for her wind down. Yeah.
Moolah. The moolah.